let's have a conversation about women who stay in relationships that are off and on. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I've been counseling women and men who have experienced abuse as well as those who have been perpetrators of abuse and violent crimes. Hi, Dr. Jones. I've been loving your videos. Two things. I want to get some insight from you on my personal situation. The other thing is I wanted to see if you could do a video on the type of woman, baby's mother, who stays in an off and on relationship with a man and allows him to do what he wants. Sometimes he's in the relationship and then he's not intermittently. Thanks so much. And so that comes from a commenter. So I wanted to respond to that. In my experience, it is, when people stay in a relationship where it's off and on, that usually means somebody's got one foot in and one foot out the door. It depends on who it is. So I don't know if it's a woman or if it's a man, but, I'll just, for simplicity's sake, we'll just say it's the man or the partner in this case. So when people stay with a partner that's kind of hot and cold, there is usually a fear attached to that. There's usually a fear of losing that person. There's a fear of, not being able to find somebody else. There's a fear of not having a family if there's a child involved, like you said. So usually there's a fear of some type there. And, one person is usually trying to work it out with someone who's non-committal. And the person that's non-committal, they could either A, be non-committal in general, B, just be entertaining baby's mama until something better comes along. So they could, they could be hot with baby mama and then hot with the next new thing that comes on, or, 3, be struggling with sexuality in general. So there could be a lot of different nuances going on. But anyhow, when a woman who stays in that type of relationship is usually insecure and fearful about, love and things like that. And I say insecure because a secure woman knows what she's worth, and she's not going to tolerate it. She's not going to tolerate it, and she's not going to come up with that, I do it for the children's sake. She's going to know that, like, oh, well, if you can't be here now, then you're not helping our children in any way. Our children are looking at how you treat me, and they're learning how to come and go as you please. And that's not what I want for my children, right? And so, so there's, I think a lot of people say that, like, oh, I stay with him for the sake of the children. I want the children to know their father, and la, la, la. And I think people genuinely can convince themselves of that. But in reality, you're harming your children more by staying with someone who's inconsistent and unstable. And they are unstable if they're in and out of your life like that. You guys aren't stable as a couple. And each time someone goes and comes back, you are showing that person how to treat you. And this is no judgment. I'm just telling you guys how it is. And we've all been there. I did that when I was like in my 20s. So you show that person how to treat you when they get to go do what they want to do and come back. Not only that, but who God only knows what they're bringing back with you each time they come back. So each time they come back, they could be bringing STIs. They could be bringing a baby that they had out there on the fly. They could be bringing somebody else that doesn't want to let them go. Who knows what has went on and all of that kind of stuff. But you're also like saying, hey, I'm excusing the disrespect and come on back home, babe. And so you're basically saying that I'm always going to be a last resort. I'm always going to keep the bed warm for you. I'm always going to keep the door open and the light on, and you can come on back anytime. So you can treat me any way that you want to treat me. You don't have to be respectful to me. You don't have to be kind to me. You don't have to be considerate of me, thoughtful of me. You could just kind of come and go as you please and treat me like a hobby. You pick me up one day and throw me out the next, when you get bored. And so you want to be careful with that, because if you don't set the standard, if you don't make if you don't secure yourself and play a more active role in how you want the relationship to go, then somebody else is going to make all those decisions for you, and it's not going to necessarily have a good outcome for you or the children. And remember, whether we like it or not, children look up to their parents to be their role models in relationships. So your children normalize how people should act towards each other and in relationships, and whether it's a good or bad model, that's what they're getting, and that teaching starts with you. So you want to be careful about what sort of standards you set, how you're modeling that behavior in front of your children. So I hope that helps. Thanks so much.